Hello and welcome. This is episode 105 of React to WatchMojo, and today I am reacting to the top 10 bands from Manchester. And I'm really not sure. I have seen the video already, so I know what is gonna be on the list. But yeah, still really not sure what bands are and aren't from Manchester, so we're just gonna see. I have already seen the videos, so there we are, because this is the second of two videos that I already recorded, but the videos were all blurry, so I'm doing them again because you couldn't see anything. They're literally unwatchable videos, so I'm doing the two videos again, and this is the second one, so yeah, let's just watch it. And yeah, I've seen it already, but we're just gonna watch it again, or I am watching it again. But there we are. And you can definitely hear that this is the original song from the Hollies, and you may recognize that intro riff, and that is of course from Cigarettes and Alcohol from Oasis, which they ripped off. Yeah, it is a very blatantly ripped off song, but it is a good one at that. So yeah, they ripped it off the right way.
These born and bred Manchester bands are proper mint. Welcome to WatchMojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 bands from Manchester. Before we begin, if you enjoy this video, please subscribe for more great content. For this list, we'll be focusing on the most iconic Manchester bands.
Putting clips from other music videos together and call it your own video. Great, yeah.
Keep fans shrieking with it.
I mean, I'm not saying that I make great videos, but I at least be honest with myself that I say that my videos are mediocre. But I still really enjoy them, but I'm not saying my videos are great. Stuff like that. Fucking hell. Talking about an ego.
Number 10, The Fall. Named after a 1956 Albert Camus novel, this Prestwick collective is by far one of the most influential bands from the late 70s Manchester scene. With their debut album Live at the Witch Trials, The Fall introduced their innovative aesthetic, blending punk with an intellectual slant. Despite the band's local influence throughout the early 80s, the perpetually changing lineup and underground commitment meant that Americans never truly experienced The Fall. But the group has remained a highly productive Manchester product, with Mark E. Smith keeping fans buzzing since 1979.
The Verve, of course, being one of the biggest one-hit wonders of the 90s with their Bittersweet Symphony song, which they ripped off from the Stones. But it was a hell of a catchy tune though, cannot deny that.
Number 9, The Verve.
It's a bittersweet.
In the United States mainstream, most people know this Wigan band for their 1997 hit, Bittersweet Symphony. And with good reason too, as the Verve's Britpop sound made them the next big thing back then. Or so it seemed. Richard Ashcroft and company weren't one-hit wonders, yet their internal bickering broke them apart shortly after receiving a Grammy nod. However, their early 90s run added a new chapter to the Manchester rock narrative, as the Verve combined immaculate artistry with explosive live shows. As a result,
I mean, it all sounds good in the end, but yeah, you cannot deny that Bittersweet just fucking trembles them all.
Have the best of times along with the worst.
that trombone player in Lucky Man. Fucking hell.
Number 8, The Chemical Brothers.
Yeah, this is, I believe, an EDM group, not the biggest fan of electronic dance music.
Inspired by a variety of eclectic artists, this trip-hop duo provided a
trip-hop.
soundtrack for the early
Alright.
90s Manchester rave scene. known as the Dust Brothers, Ed Simons and Tom Rowlands became synonymous with the big beat sound, which made them a local act with an immense worldwide appeal.
It is not appealing to me though, but I can see the appeal.
Topped the US charts with their Eurocentric sound, but they continue to dominate the UK charts. And so they're the Manchester connection for pre- and post-internet electronic music.
No, I don't like them.
Number 7, New Order.
This is, I believe, the band that formed after Joy Division, or Ian Curtis had committed suicide, the lead singer of the band, and they of course formed New Order. So yeah, rest in peace to Joy Division and Ian Curtis, of course. But yeah, New Order is definitely a great follow-up band. But yeah, of course, you're never gonna get a second Joy Division if you're really honest with yourself.
After the 1980 death of Ian Curtis, the English band Joy Division came to an abrupt end after only 4 years. The surviving members formed New Order, a group of Manchester lads that became instrumental in the worldwide new wave scene. With their 1981 movement, they established a new identity locally, all the while creating a new fan base with their emotional connection to the material. New Order's reputation alone makes them Manchester legends, but they also inspired countless musicians with their sound and commitment over the years, enhancing the legacy set by the original lineup. Number 6, Elbow.
Never heard of the band. Elbow, great name.
Since the early 21st century, this Ramsbottom quartet has transformed.
We need a band name. How are we gonna name ourselves? Hey, I know. This is a cool looking elbow. Let's name it like that. Elbow. Easy.
One of the most successful Manchester bands.
Creating band names is hard? Bitch, please.
In 2001, Elbow released their long-awaited debut album, Asleep in the Black, building upon the prog rock sound that Radiohead developed throughout the 90s.
They're more of an alt rock band, but I guess it's fine.
Fronted by Guy Garvey, they've become one of indie rock's most consistent groups, reaching even more fans through spectacular live shows. In 2012, Elbow recorded the BBC's official music theme for the London Summer Olympics, highlighting their versatility as a band, while also demonstrating their significance within British culture, and certainly within their native Manchester. Fall in love with me. Number 5, Buzzcocks.
I believe this is a punk band, but I can be wrong about that. Buzzcocks, a great name.
With a name specific to Manchester slang, these punk rockers established the foundation for
Sounds energetic though, so
entire
yeah,
genre
sounds
of
good.
music. From their raw sound to their own independent label, the Buzzcocks changed the parameters for mid-70s Manchester musicians as they strayed away from standard routines to create their own scene. Formed by Howard Devoto and Pete Shelley, the Buzzcocks are synonymous with punk rock's early days, even though they continue to release new music and tour throughout the world. Some Manchester bands emerge and quickly fade away, but this group has proven to be one of punk rock's most enduring and respected acts, making their native Manchester proud.
Oasis, of course.
Number 4, Oasis.
Probably the most popular band of this list, yeah, yet, but
Just as the American grunge was taking off overseas, with the 1994 release of their debut album Definitely Maybe, Oasis established a loyal fan base domestically, topping the UK charts. On top of that, Liam and Noel Gallagher's feisty personas and distinct Mancunian accents set them apart from the landscape of mid-90s alternative music, and the mainstream was undoubtedly mad for it.
Cigarettes and Alcohol, the song they ripped off from the beginning. Yeah.
So, in terms of 90s pop culture, there's perhaps no other band more relevant than Oasis, and they continued well on into the 2000s until they put out their own burning fire.
I mean, they're not as relevant now, yeah, of course, the breakup, but I mean, with albums that came after Morning Glory and Definitely Maybe, of course, they dropped a bit off the map. Yeah, their albums are just not as good as they used to be, but still a really talented band and deserve to be on this list because, yeah, they are from Manchester, so this is probably a fact list, so cannot really argue about the order, but there we are. This is of course talking about popularity also and impact, but most definitely about being from Manchester. Very obvious, of course. Joy Division.
Number 3, Joy Division. In the late 70s, this band changed the Manchester sound by incorporating punk ideals with a new wave aesthetic.
Wouldn't really call them punk, but fair game. I would say indie rock.
Unique stage presence of lead singer Ian Curtis, Joy Division naturally had locals talking, yet they still had to grind away for more gigs. Unfortunately, Curtis took his own life at only 23 years of age, 2 months before the release of Joy Division's sophomore release and the subsequent trip to the US. The surviving members established a new vision, a new order, and so Joy Division's legacy continues to be felt throughout Manchester and beyond. Number 2, Stone Roses.
Yeah, definitely deserve to be this one high on the list. The self-titled debut album is really good, and I mean their follow-up album is not as critical acclaimed as the previous one, but yeah, definitely deserve to be number 2 on the list, and really an iconic band.
Before there was Oasis, there was the Stone Roses, a band that once said America does not deserve us yet. They inspired a world of musicians with their 1989 debut and made an even bigger statement with the 1994 Second Coming, but like so many idealistic rock bands, Ian Brown and his Manchester mates just couldn't keep it together for the long haul. As a result, the Stone Roses left their international fan base wanting more, and they remain a Manchester group that couldn't quite cross over into the American mainstream. Even so, they're Manchester legends despite only having 2 studio albums. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honourable mentions.
Happy Mondays. James. Inspiral Carpets. The Smiths. Didn't know that they were from Manchester, but they're number 1, so.
Number 1, The Smiths. When punk reached the United States mainstream in the early 80s, these introspective musicians were transforming the Manchester scene.
I mean, that Queen is Dead album is mesmerizing to say the least.
Extraordinary Stephen Patrick.
Great band.
An accomplished songwriter songwriter, performer, and philosopher, the Smiths broke through with their satirical take on pretentious UK society.
But heaven knows I'm miserable now.
Beyond that, however, international listeners could identify with the lyrical concepts without necessarily needing to understand the literal framework. As a result, the Smiths earned a cult following.
How soon is now? Oh man. Magical.
Staying true to themselves and playing by their own rules. They didn't survive the 80s, but they're still our kids.
Well, they did survive it. Well, they broke up, of course, but Smiths are a very iconic band, and yeah, didn't know that they were from Manchester, but there we are, and they're number one, so yeah, I agree with that.
Do you agree with our picks?
Sure.
Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo UK and subscribe for more great content.
Great. Yeah, that was the video, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, of course, to the channel. The also for more videos like this one. Let me know what are your favorite bands from Manchester. The Smiths, yeah, definitely deserve to be on number one. Stone Roses was a really good pick. Of course, the only problem being that they only made 2 albums, but those 2 albums that they had were, yeah, just amazing. Especially the self-titled debut album. That is really a magical album, man. Really amazing. But I hope you've enjoyed it, the other things I just said, and yeah, listen to classic rock. Yeah, listen to the Smiths, listen to Stone Roses, listen to all those great bands. Yeah, do that, and I hope you have a good one, and yeah, God bless, stay safe, take care, and have a nice day.